guys, welcome to the Haunted Valley. I'm Erin, and today you are going to listen to me talk about bucket list movies that ended up being disappointing after I finally watched them. I remember watching Piranha for the first time, and on the DVD there was a special feature where you could see movie trailers for other Roger Corman movies, and I saw the 1 minute trailer for Humanoids from the Deep. I really wanted to watch that. It looked very trashy, sleazy. It had a huge creature in it, several huge creatures, and it just seemed very up my alley. So I added it to my list, never tracked it down, never found it until recently. So I did end up watching it, and I wanted to love it, but I don't think I'll ever watch that one again. Just the whole concept was ridiculous. For another, there were certain things that happened that really annoyed me to the point where I couldn't enjoy parts of the movie. The humanoid creature thing kills, I think, 7 or 8 of the dogs in this little fishing community. And they show, all these dead dogs. And one of them is the dog of the main character. And they had been looking for the dog. They tracked it down to the beach, and it was covered in gross slime, and its face was all contorted because it had been trying to fight this humanoid. And they were upset for like 2 minutes. And then they're fine. They're fine, and they even went to a dance that night. Some sort of town festival dance thing. And if it had been me, that had been my dog, I would have been destroyed. I mean, not only would I have been upset, but I definitely would not be going out in public for a while. Quite a while. It was not one of the best creature features I had seen in my life, and I think it was even more disappointing because I had looked forward to this movie for over 20 years. And when you look forward to something for that long and then it turns out to be awful, it tends to be very sad. Another bucket list movie for me was The Brood. I didn't really know anything about it, but I had seen little stills from it. I knew it had something to do with creepy kids, and to me, children are just creepy. I don't like them. I don't ever intend to have any. I've always felt this way, and part of it could be because of horror movies, or maybe I just sought out horror movies that had creepy children in them because that's how I already felt about children. I don't know. Chicken or egg. I watched it, but it wasn't very scary, for one. For another, I feel like the little rage children would have been creepier if you didn't see the faces. The beginning kill with the mother-in-law, the grandma of the girl, was better because you didn't get a good look at the thing. The third and final movie that was on my bucket list for a while was Basket Case. And it wasn't even on there for a super long time, but I had a roommate in college, and every time we used to rent a ton of videos. Like, they had some sort of deal, because this was not a Blockbuster, this was an independent. So they were trying to compete with Blockbuster, so they had these crazy deals, like anytime you rented something, you could rent a children's movie for free. So we ended up getting like several kids movies that we had not seen in a long time. So we did The Never-Ending Story, we did possibly Labyrinth, just a whole bunch of kid movies, probably Care Bears, that kind of thing, My Little Ponies. And they had crazy good deals. They had a huge selection of movies that you couldn't find at Blockbuster. And we're talking about, these are all VHS, by the way. And we would pass by the horror section, and I would see basket case all the time. And I would always say, "Could we please rent this? Let's rent this." And she never wanted to. Finally, she gave in to me, and I don't know why, but to her it looked awful. To me, it looked crazy fun. So we ended up watching that together, and we fast forwarded through a lot of it and just couldn't really get into it. We made fun of it a lot. It wasn't until, I don't know when, it wasn't until more recently that I rented it. I actually rented that one and the second one. And I liked it so much more this time. I don't know if it had something to do with the fact that it looked better because it was on DVD. I don't know if, you know, when you're watching with someone and you're making fun of it, sometimes it's harder to enjoy it. But this time, it was awesome. And I actually ended up recording a little bit and then sending it to her. So those are my 3. One of them was a good find, one was terrible, and one was kind of middle of the road. The Brood was pretty middle of the road. I would not watch Humanoids from the Deep again. I probably wouldn't watch The Brood again. If someone remade that one, I would actually watch that. I think I'll make a video about movies that I think should be remade or recut, however you want to look at it. Either way. I think that's it. If you have seen these movies, these 3 movies, let me know in the comments what you think of them. And I might end up doing another bucket list type video in the future. So, have a spooky day.